Everyone, just giving you guys an update on the 240. Got her back in the garage after sitting outside for a little while. That was fun, seeing as it has no engine in it. As you've seen in the previous videos, and if you haven't, you should check it out. We removed the S14 red top that was in here to make way for a V8. Recently picked up the LM7. It came out of a 99 2000 Chevy pickup truck. It's a 5.3. Pretty excited about it. It's a little, gotta clean it up a little bit. Notice the exhaust manifold might be a little tricky to come off. There's one bolt that's somewhat in. There's one manifold bolt that's stripped on this side, one on the other side in the same spot. So that might be a little tricky. I started taking off some of the accessories. Got the water pump, the alternator. This is the old alternator. It's seized. I have a new one now. We have the T56 bell housing here, which I'm going to hook up to a 350Z transmission. Instead of just going with the typical T56. This is the engine harness. I started stripping it out. We're not going to go into too crazy of detail as far as how this is done. There's already a lot of forums, videos that cover this. We can leave links in the description for it, but this is where it's at right now. It's pretty much completely stripped. I have mostly everything that I need labeled. As you can tell, it's a big giant mess, but it's not too bad. We have all the wires that I pulled out I'm keeping. And this way, when I have to extend anything, I have all the extra wire. It saves me a little bit. I got a whole bag full of stuff that came out of it. With this build, what we're trying to do is keep it cheap, easy, simple. Show you guys at home kind of what to do, what you should look for when you're getting involved in this. This was a little bit more of an undertaking than I initially anticipated, but so far so good. We're making progress. I'm getting parts slowly. And again, I'm trying to keep this cheap. For people that want to do this at home, they don't have crazy budgets. They can't just go buy a crate engine and brand new transmission and all that nonsense. Wiring Specialties harness, which is awesome, but again, it's expensive. This is pretty straightforward and easy, so we'll see how it goes. So some of the parts I've picked up so far, I got the LS1 intake, fuel rail, stock fuel rail. I got 30-pound injectors. We got the pigtails for it, so I can wire it into the engine harness. The new belt, which we'll go over in a little bit, show you what I'm doing. I'm not buying all the accessories and brackets to make it fit. Battery kill switch, some toggles, some relays. I got a fuse box, the new alternator, and then 2 bulkhead plugs, which I'm going to run the main harness through back into the engine bay. This way I can quickly disconnect it. It'll be, hopefully it comes out nice. We'll find out. Bunch of wireless sheathing, bunch of different sizes, nice stuff. Not the corrugated plastic, which looks alright, but this is much nicer. Some grommets and some rubber clamps. So for the accessories, what I'm going to end up doing, right here is the water pump that came off of it. I'm going to reuse this whole bracket, with the exception I'm going to cut this tensioner off and relocate it here. The belt that I got will work with this setup. I've seen it done one other time, so I'll be able to go in a little more detail if you guys are interested in trying this. It seems to work for him, so we'll see. It's a big cost saving. So again, I'm trying to do this on the cheap without sacrificing too much. So I got to get the fan off still. We're going to replace the water pump. I'm going to go to 2010 Camaro pump. It'll move the outlet to here. This way, this won't be in the way of the intake. I don't have to hammer it, etc. This will still be in the relatively same place. It's fine. This tensioner I won't need anymore. This was for the AC, so that'll go away. It's seized anyway. So, and then the alternator will be in the same location. It'll be out of the way. And then the water pump will remain. And then this way, I can still use all those brackets. I don't have to get any new brackets or anything. With this, doing the accessories this way, there is a company that makes bracket relocations where you can use your truck accessories. The bracket kit's like $380, something like that, but this way, saving me a little bit of money and I can just do it myself. Move that bracket around, see how it comes out. It should be cool. Hopefully it's something different. So along with reusing those brackets, we're going to reuse the throttle body off the truck intake. It's a 3-bolt. It'll fit onto the LS1 intake. This way I didn't have to get an LS1 throttle body and all that nonsense. I can just reuse this one. Doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. I mean, I won't know until I get it fired up, but we'll find out. The next thing that we're going to be doing is I'm going to be taking out the dash. I'm going to get ready, start pulling wires. I'm going to strip all the wires out of the car that I don't need. There's no stereo, there's no heaters, no AC, no speakers, none of that, so that can all come out. So that's going to be my next thing that I'm going to be working on. And stick around and check it out.